Anyway, we're talking about the 3D debut.
Okay, so, I'm awake. Why am I awake? Let's start with 1, 7, 9, 1, 4, 5, 2, 7, 8, 3, sorry, 1, 9, 2, 5, 4, 3, E, and somehow we don't know that until now, until later. I wish when I push the button it would actually push. That'd be great. Why is there anime music playing in my head? I don't even know the anime. Okay, litmus test a little bit slower than usual. Let's get started on the beginning of the reel. And my eye is doing weird things. That's not great. Okay, so 4, known, obvious 4, obvious 4. How about 3? There's a 3. That felt slow. Weird. Let's go on. That was actually kind of fast, but it felt slow. 4545 preclude 45 also 4 is 6, also 45 is 2, also 459 49 49 9 49 49 49 going Jayo Bugatti. Never mind. Six in the block makes a 1. And a number up there is 5. 3. 3. 6, 5, 3. Correct. And then saying that on the 8. Better than the game. Better than the game. I want to try the man bus. I only see one bus. Huh. Four five four nine double equals must 7. That's a 9, and that's a 5, that's a 7, because this string, and 7, 4, the 5, and the 7, and the 8, bus, 8, 8, 9, 2, 4, 9, 8, because only 8 in a row. And 6. Only see one bus. 4, 5, 6. Only see one bus. In the soil, I'm down the river, the very dark, up in the storm, the river, there was no binary in this puzzle. Moving on. Work in the field. What the cart? Work in the field. The banner. The trainer. It's more likely that this was you. It's most likely it's 9. We'll just say that. This is the only 7 row. Hey, I said row correctly, yeah, not column. Yeah, that's 866 to 8, 286, 2861. 1 column? 1 column. Okay, easy. Ba-dum. Back in the field. The parent. The field. Soil. A column, row. Yes, row, column, box. I don't care. Pick one. All of them. Work in the field. Reap. That. Derivative. If 9, then 7. As all logics go, because something equals something else. But if other thing, where is thing to confirm thing? 5 square, 4, 2 square, column, row 5. There you go. This one. And beat the Seriously, what's the last fives? I don't know. There's two of them. Nap, blow it, tip, barf, I am stuck. It's like I can look for five, four perhaps. Unclear. Very unclear. All of it unclear. 8. Binary. This one, that one, that one, that one. So, 6. Alternate. So much 6. Okay. 9. Work in the fields. Is there anywhere it can go in the column, otherwise the block? And if not, that means these ones are false. You can only go 9 on the top of the blocks. Up here, you can't go 9 here, for example. So like they can't do. They have to do it down here. They can't do these ones. So these are not 9s. That's a good reduction. I'll take it. Which leaves us with just this 9 binary system here, and the is similar to a binary that it's just not relevant, and so undefined, but slightly less noisy now. Work in the fields. It's very dark. What the heck is all of that? It's too damn pretty. So if we know that no, the 7 9 8 9 2 8 9 7 9 6 7 9 6 5 9. I gotta step back a little bit. That if 6 6 doesn't define, I already knew that. Similar other thing, which if then otherwise and so on. All things are not defined. I have to find something. Block full, block full, block full. 2 in center? If, for example, 1 then 7 8, 4, 9 remains and still leaves intact. Then 1, 7, if 1, 7, 1, or 7, because you need a 9, and then the 2, 6. Oh God, this is hard even to think of. In the sake of binaries and things, like there's this whole block does the 9s. So there's 9, 1, and other numbers exist elsewhere. So no, 1 also exists elsewhere. It's only the 9 that has to be in that column. Everything is everywhere else except for 6, which doesn't be here because that's 6. So things involving numbers. If only I could figure out. Column 5, row 5, both. Because there's this one and that one, so it doesn't tell. This and that one doesn't tell. Okay. 9 alternate. 9 alternate. Oh God, I'm stuck. And I'll be stuck for way longer than I want to be unless I binary. And even if I binary, I might be stuck. Work in the fields. Ow. My face. Okay, on the subject of 9s, 1 is not as defined. 9, 1, but 1 also. 1 either side, but only 1 on this side, meaning 1 cannot be down here. Same logic. 1 cannot be down here. That's another reduction. Because it has to be up there. Interesting. That's the second time that's happened. So then we have 7, 4, and we have 4, 2, leaving 7, unless other number. 7, 4, and 8, 4, 2. The 7 complexes, but the 1, 9 on this side helps, and then 6 could go elsewhere. I want to deduce this, but I'm still debating if I can. If 7, 1 pair, 6, 7, 2, 6, 2, but 6, 2, 6, 2 with 9, that's not a true pair. It's, if, consider a 7 if is here. You'd have 6, but you'd also have 2. You'd need the 9 to... This is very divisive. But also, if 6 in this block negates this 6, 4, 8 must be down there. 4, 8, 2, and that makes 4 need to be somewhere else. But 4, 8, 2... Wait, no, this is stupid. 4, 8, 2, 6 has to be in that row. The entire row is 4, 8, 2, 6. There's no alternatives, so you can't put... It's almost extremely unlikely that you would put the 2 or the 6 anywhere else, but it's that offset That means any of them could be anywhere else, means they need another place to exist. That's disgusting. Oh my god. But anyhow, this is where fives can be, meaning nothing. And then 2, 8, 9, 4, 6, and 6 in all except for the top place. Obviously, it's blocked. And 8, 9, 2. And the 2 is everywhere except for here because it's blocked. And 5 alternate. 7 alternate. 9 alternate. 2 multi-alternate. But we've gotten a little bit of numbers reduction, but I can't find more ways to reduce. Can I? 7, 2, 4, 8, 2, 4, 2, 4, 8, 7, 2, 4, 8. If 7, we still have 4, 2, 4, 8. Let's make that assumption. What do we get? Not much. In fact, extremely little. We would still have to assume where the 4, the 2, and the 8 would have to be. And we know 1, 9 have to be up there, so 2 is most likely... Is that not a 1... Does that... Hold on, stop everything. Is this not a 1-9 pair? Because there's nowhere else for 1 and 9 to exist. That precludes everything else from being in that section. Oh, that's good. I like that. So it's not 4, 8. That's a false 4, 8. That's a false 2. That's a false 7. That is tremendous because we've reduced where 1 and 9 can be. It has to be on the other side because it can't be on the other side here, for example. So that's the logic there. Okay, and because 9 alternate, it's not helpful, but there's like just less noise is always good. And then we have again a 4, 8, 4, 8, 6, 2, 6, 2. If 6, 2, but we need a 7 somewhere. It's like 4, 2s. Only one of these numbers are out. And I don't know which one. All of them have a binary somewhere else in this set. That's nasty. So, but at least we cleared it up. I still feel that's a good approach. But also that means that this has to be 1, 2, or 1, 9, and then that doesn't preclude all the rest because there's still the 2, 8. But if 2, 8, 2, 8, 4, and 2, 8, 6, 1, 9, 1, 9. Is that... Wait, are those just 1, 9 pairs? Reduce all that to 1, 9 pairs, please. There's no other 1. There is no other 9 in the vertical. My god, that's a lot of noise. I can just get rid of it. 2, 4, 6, 8. All of those don't really care for. Not necessary. They don't exist. So if 1, 9, then that's not a 9. And we have even less noise. Now if we have 2, 8, we can remove... If we already have 2, 8 binary, we can't have 2, 8. That makes this a 4. This is 6, and we're not doing binary. We did deduction. Thank God. Oh my God, that's crazy. I can't believe that happened. I love it. It wasn't binary for once. I thought I would have to, and I didn't. So far. So we're on a good path now. That's cool. We're in the fields. What the hell happened? No way. We somehow failed in a most spectacular fashion. That's insane. What the actual fuck? I thought I was there, and I was like, nope, pulled right out from under me. That's not where anything is. Because if I keep going back to... There was no binary. There was deduction. So I don't know what happened. Because the assumption is the 1-9 has to be there. Because there was no other 1-9 for anyone else. The only thing is this is a trinary for 9. That's where the logic broke. That's still a 1-9 on the top. This is not a 1-9 on the bottom pair because there's a trinary, which means there are other options that I didn't consider. And so we have to continue in a different way, but we are not going as far back as I thought we would. So that's cool. Yeah, no, that was an oversimplification. The 1-9 is a trinary, meaning something else goes there and we don't know which one goes where. Cool. So we're back to being fricked. But that does mean if the 7 must be here, that means that must be a 7, right? If that's correct. And then the 8282 makes it forced to be a 9 and a 7 and an 8 and a 4. Yeah, that look the 6, 4, 2, 6, 2, 8. Soils on the rebound. Okay, so different deduction. I don't know how I got there. The other way. That's fine. No! No! The absolute shock on my face when... I mean, that's a... But we're still wrong. Somehow. I don't know where we went right, if we ever went right. Oh, God. Why is that a 6? I don't know. Or what was there? 3? Yeah, it's a 3. Okay, so maybe we're safe here, but okay. Then what? Is that 5? Yeah, it's still 5. Okay, that's a different 5. right? What the dip is happening? Okay, so when I went and did the vertical, the reason I thought that was because if I did, wait, this wasn't here before, but there's no other place for a 5, so that stands. And then if 1, 9 pair, 1 and 9 can only be in that block in those positions. So I still think that's a 1, 9 pair, which means we have to get rid of the 7, the 2. And this one we gotta get rid of the 4, the 8, and the 7. Which forces this to be a... I don't know. But that also means that this is not a 1, 9. This is not a 1, 9. It's still for the same reason, because they have to be up there, because they can't be anywhere else in the block. There's there's no other alternatives, and then this one is like, it's deceptive because there's this 9, so that's the deceptive part. So I gotta be more careful than that. But we're on the right track still now, maybe. And I'm not even sure, because now, let's say if 1, then that's 9, 4, 7 still exists. And if this 1, then that 9 and that 8, and so on, things progress. Oh, but how do I actually find it? I was so close. Okay, like, we're all clear that the only alternates are every other number in this row. Just everything. Completely everything. And then the 4, 2. We don't know which one is where. And then the 4, and the 4, 2, 7, 8. And it's all silly, and I don't know how to make sense out of it. I oversimplified with this. That's my only bad move so far. So, did that... Does that mean that this is a 9? Because that would change things. Well, if I did that, then you would think that it has to be that, and other things would progress as they do. And what the... All of this looks sort of hopefully correct. So after a bit of just a weird side tangent, we got there. But it feels weird because I still felt like I did a binary to get here, and I still hate doing that. But sometimes if you can't help it, you can't help it. However, we're still done in 40 minutes. That's not the best time I've ever had, but I mean, considering the fact that I went a down a tangent that took me about a minute to reset. I'm gonna say that I still did okay. I just did a wrong rule where this one could have been a 9, and I precluded that by saying 1, 9, like I did up here, but that's not how that works, ever. And I can't see the overarching pattern of this puzzle. Who cares? Thanks for hanging out with me. I like when you do. I'll see you next video. However, am I going to do level 5? Level 5 is my bane. I don't appreciate it. I don't like it. It's very unlike me to ever solve level 5. And it's very, or that is to say, I don't consider myself like capable of solving level 5. Like, I'll work it as long as I think I can, but what the shit? Yeah, I don't really rightfully know. If the 3, then the 3, 3, 3. Doesn't 3, and the 2, and the 2, and the 2 leaves these 2, which leaves this one and that one. 6, 9, 9 doesn't 6. Well, that's a 6. That's obvious. So that's small help. And then it's either here or there for the other 6. That means there's also a 9 and a 4. None of that's informative. I can't even. 7 has to be low because the other 7 is high. I don't know how high it is, but it's got to be high. It can't be low in the other block because it's already there are no available spaces. So that's something. Plowing until the soil. Okay, this is the 2, so that means this is the 2, which means this is the 2, which forces this to be the 2. I think I'm evolving. I mean, that has to be the 6. Otherwise, it doesn't have a 6 in the top section. Same logic. Which means the other one is 4 and 9, and I don't know which one is where. Okay. That's a 4, most likely. 4 or 4, we don't know. 7. Seven's on the rebound. 5, fuck. What? I don't know. Probably a 5 here if I were to guess, because it can't be in the middle, it would lock the other 5. Then the last 5 is here because, and that makes this 5 in the middle or in the middle. Probably the middle, but if this is the middle, then that's not the middle. If this is the middle, then not the middle. We don't know which one. Oh, we know that has to not be 5 there. That's not 5. So this could be 5. This we don't know. And the 1, if 1, that would be convenient. because that means this is a 1. But I don't know. I know this is not a 1. And 6 in the column. Come here. Oh, yeah. So yeah, don't yeah. Yeah, don't yeah. Yeah. Okay. 9. That's just a 9. There you go. Well, that helps like a little. Similar. There's a 1. The top numbers are 1 and 7, and if that cannot be a 7, then it must be a 1. Strike that, reverse it, and then you got 8 and 4, which are undefined. So that's cool. Also could 8 and 4. I'm doing level 5, guys. Let's go. We are done. And then what else do we have? 7. Oh, that's a 7. You know that's a 7. That's a 5. Cool, that puts the last 5 over here. Which puts the last 5 over here. 5 is done. Woo. And my brain works totally differently. And if 7 and 7, 7, unless 7, 7's, 7ly. Okay. On the 3, if 3 could 3 figure 3. 3 doesn't 3, the 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. That's a 3. No doubt. Simile. The 8 must 8. Can't 8 elsewhere. Trust me. And 8 is unknown. But 7. But 7. Ba, 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 ba. Last number is 4. Means the last number is 4. The last number is 8. Whoa, that was a solution. And then the A goes here. Babe. And the last number is 7. Which puts this 7 here. And there. And then 6. This is like pure Sudoku. Which feels good for my brain. My brain. Where can a 1? Anywhere. Okay, cool. What else? 4. No. 4. Maybe. 4. I don't know. Okay. If 4, then 4 doesn't, meaning 4 could. It still doesn't. Wait. That Wait, no, if 4, that makes this a 4. It's obvious it has to 4 because 4 must and then somewhere, and then the other 4 is here or there. That's cool. I like that I found that. This number is a 1. It's just the last number as it is. Making this a 1, maybe. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. But I know. This number is a 9. No, it's not. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What do you mean? What is going on? Where is the 9? Where does the 9 go? We got a problem. There's no 9 there. Oh, shit. I hate level 5. I hate level 5. What the fuck happened? What even happened? I don't understand. I give up. I always give up at level 5. I felt like I was doing it, and then it's like, oh, can a 9 go here? No. So, um, that means something is wrong. And if the 1 is wrong, why is the rum gone? I don't know, I'm done. Goodbye.